Today, we are talking about the new moon in the sign of Leo. So, currently in the sign of Leo, we have Ketu, we have the sun, and now we have the new moon in Leo. So, let's jump into it. First things first, the sun and Leo go hand in hand. The sun rules the sign of Leo. The sun finds its home in the sign of Leo. So, what does Leo represent? Leo is confidence, leadership, it is boldness, passionate, expressive energy. It is that internal desire to be great, be big, be bold, grab attention. And with that, the sun is representing vitality, leadership, authority type of energy, that powerful energy that wants to take charge, take command. The sun is where we find creativity, where we find self-expressiveness, our self-expression. And you can think of the sun as the power unit that drives the body. The sun represents the soul. It's that inner power, that inner desire to survive, live, move forward. What does the moon represent? Well, the moon is emotions, mind, intuition. It is our inner world. The sun is all of this external, expressive, outward energy. The moon is inward. It's our inner world, our inner safety, our intuition, the inner mind, our emotions. So we have the sun. You could think of in numerology terms, the sun is one energy, the moon is two energy. So we have one energy and two energy, the masculine and the feminine coming together in the sun's domain, where the sun finds its home, the sign of Leo, confident, expressive, leadership, boldness, lots of passion, high energy, the sign of Leo. And so, how we express emotions externally. Sun and Leo with the moon, and we have Ketu. Well, what is Ketu? The south node of the moon is detachment, it is spirituality, it is where we have skills and experiences from previous lifetimes that we have this where we were good at these things and we have this level of detachment there in general. So, Ketu, detachment, spirituality, and the sun, vitality, boldness, power, authority, how we express externally our creativity. The moon, the inner workings of our body, our emotions, our mind, our intuition, our inner world, all coming together in the sign of Leo, that confident, expressive, bold, passionate energy. And so, what does this mean for us moving forward? How can we take advantage of this? Well, we are in the eighth month, an eight universal month, in a nine universal year. 2025 is a nine universal year, meaning we are closing the energetic loops that have been opened in the energetic cycles that we have opened starting in 2017. And all of these cycles, all of these open loops are coming to a conclusion this year. And the eighth month, this eight energy month in this cycle is all about death, rebirth, transformation, this hidden inner world, having this transformative energy so that we can transition and transform from what was into what will be. And so we are completing the meaty part of this nine universal year. Next month, September, we will be concluding this full transition, this full separation from these old 9 year cycles, habits, patterns, so that October, November, December, we can start laying and finalizing the foundation for the next 9 year cycle that begins January of 2026. So what does the sun, the moon, and Ketu in Leo bring us? With that said, really fast, next week, so the moon is going to be leaving the sign of Leo, new moons in Leo, which is imprinting this energy for this moon cycle. And next week we have Mercury joining us in the sign of Leo. So we will have the sun, we will have Mercury and Ketu all in the sign of Leo next week. And so Mercury is really quick. It's our intellect. It's how we process, analyze, think through information. It's information in general, how we express, share, and communicate ourselves with information through information, writing, speaking, artistic expression, musicality, painting, all of this kind of expression of information that we have gathered. That's Mercury. Intellect, mind, thinking, processing, communicating, this kind of cyclical energy cycle that we go through with information. As we experience information, we analyze, process it, and then we share it and disseminate it to other people through communication. And so Mercury is going to be joining the Sun and Ketu here in Leo. I'll be making a video next week about that in particular, but for right now, we have the Sun and the Moon, this full all-encompassing aspect of our personality, how we express ourselves externally and how we find comfort and security internally. With the moon, our emotions, mind, intuition, and the sun, vitality, leadership, authority, self-expression of the internal soul, this internal driver that we have all in the sun's home, with the detachment and space being created from Ketu to allow us to transition from these old habits and patterns into the new habits and patterns that we are going to be utilizing for the next 9 year cycle. So, wherever in your birth chart the sign of Leo falls, whatever house in your birth chart Leo is in, this is the area of your life that this boldness, this high energy leadership, independence, I need to take charge, I need to make a big move, I need to act boldly, I need to shake things up. We're in this karmic checkpoint 8 energy month, or in this 9 universal year closing out this cycle. This sun, moon, full completion in the sign of Leo with the detachment with Ketu allowing us to detach from these old habits and patterns. This area of your life, let's say you have Leo in your 10th house, mastery, achievements, your career, your public image, your reputation, the purpose you have, kind of the role you fill for the universe, for society, your career, your lifelong achievements of mastery, advancement, all of this type of stuff. If that's where Leo falls, this is where you're going to have the biggest change of this type in your life, where it's like, okay, I do need to make that move. I do need to be bold and start doing this a new way. And the sun and the moon are going to support you. And then next week, as Mercury moves into Leo, you'll have a heightened understanding of where you are in this karmic checkpoint in this cycle, because you'll be able to process and analyze this information that you're attaining and that's constantly hitting you a little bit better. You'll be able to express yourself more boldly with the boost from the sun and the key to detachment from old communication patterns. That's next week. Right now, before then, for this week, it's all about allowing the moon's inner world intuition to complete that bold leadership, external energy from the sun with this Leo confidence, boldness, passionate, expressive energy to allow you to begin this transition. So if you have Leo in, let's say, Leo is in, what did I just say? I said Leo's in the 10th house. Let's say you have Leo in the 5th house. Self-expression, children, entertainment, inner childlike playfulness, hobbies, fun, joy, romance type of playfulness, all of this 5th house themes and activities. You're going to have this desire, this internal bubbling up of, I need to do this thing. I need to be bold, act with confidence, and then the universe will support you in this area. If you have Leo in your first house, your personality, the personal identity you have, your behavior, your self-image is going to be the area of your life where you're going to have this kind of pull towards confident, passionate, creative, bold expressiveness. So maybe changing how you dress, having a radical change in self-identity. We have Venus in Cancer, Venus, love, beauty, harmony, luxury, what we value in others, what we value in ourselves in the sign of Cancer, which is ruled by the moon, emotions, sensitivity, empathy, home, family, traditions, that sort of thing, all that inner energy, just like the moon has. And so sun, moon in Leo with Ketu, with Venus in Cancer. If Leo's in your first house, that would make Cancer in your 12th house. So this spiritual separation from what you value, giving you the space to have this radical individual identity transformation, this self-image transformation, this behavioral transition from these old patterns and habits from 2017 up until here at the end of 2025, this 9 year cycle. This is going to support you in acting bold, confident in a new way. We are transitioning from what was into what will be so that October, November, December, we can begin laying the foundation that we are going to finalize, not laying, because we've been laying this foundation all year. Finalize the foundation that we are going to be launching off of as we move into January of 2026. If you would like personalized information, assistance, guidance based on where Leo is sitting in your birth chart, the house that it's sitting, where these other planets are in your birth chart, where the sun sits in your birth chart, where the moon is in your birth chart as we move into Mercury entering Leo, joining Ketu, which is already in Leo and has been in Leo for a minute now. We have, I'm more than happy to help you so that we can have a better and you can have a better understanding of how this will be impacting you specifically and how you can layer all of these different energies together to lean into the signs, signals, and feedback that the universe is giving you. The universe wants you to win. The universe is on your side. Winning simply may not look the way you imagined, and it's probably not going to be on the time frame that you would prefer. But with that said, the universe truly does want you to win. I want you to win. If you have any questions, thoughts, opinions, if you'd like personalized guidance for how you can take advantage of these transits, drop a comment down below, comment, thought, opinion. Let me know down below. I'm more than happy to help you however I can, and I will talk to you again soon. I appreciate you for staying around. If you have made it this far, you're a rock star. Thank you, and I will talk to you again soon.